here to protest the Democratic National Convention. They are just as much warmongers as the Republicans.
Right. But he wasn't condescending, but it was,
you get Paul
Rita Strail.
Absolutely. So who are you going to vote for?
Nader.
You going to vote for Nader?
Yeah.
What about the people that say you're going to give it to Bush?
Screw him. Screw those. He lives in D.C. What difference does it make? I mean.
No, but even so.
But even so, we
vote
would,
your
right?
conscience. Vote for what you believe in. Not. It's just blackmail. The Democratic Party's blackmailing the American people.
They're always doing.
If there was a major difference between the candidates, would you vote for a Democrat to get rid of Bush?
Well, the Democrat were against the war and the empire. Yeah.
Yeah, if it was Kucinich, hell yeah.
Oh, Kucinich, that'd be nice.
I'd vote for Kucinich.
Yeah. But he doesn't have.
And nobody else is anti-war.
We need anti-war.
We need competition. We need alternatives. David Cobb is right down there. Go talk to him.
This city. It's going to be even worse at the Republican National Convention. So I think that this is a harbinger of things to come because the people are rising. The people realize that we don't control our own government and that the corporations have hijacked both political parties. The people are rising up, and you know what? There are not enough pins to hold us in. We're busting out everywhere, and that's a message. We are everywhere.
What's your name again?
David Cobb, Green Party candidate for President of the United States.
Thank you very much.
All right.
How's the ballot access issue going with you? Are you getting on?
Pretty well. We're on the ballot right now in 24 states. We expect to be on the ballot in probably 35 states by the time it's all said and done. I think it's shameful that this system has been designed to prevent alternative voices and to restrict voter choices. But we're not going to accept it. We're going to do the work necessary to jump over those hurdles. And I'll tell you, anybody who thinks that the Green Party's participation is spoiling, remember this. They call it spoiling, we call it participating. If you want to actually really address the spoiler issue, work with us for instant runoff voting so that voters can vote for what they want instead of against what they hate. And I see, rather, that you've got the Dennis Kucinich hat. I think it's important to understand Dennis Kucinich and Howard Dean were the two candidates in the Democratic Party's primary process that supported instant runoff voting because they understood that progressives need to be able to vote for what they want. The strategic states, I'm trying to get as many, I'm going to be on as many ballots as I can, but I'm going to tell the truth. And the truth is John Kerry is a corporatist militarist who voted for the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, voted for the Patriot Act, voted for NAFTA, voted for No Child Left Behind, opposes universal health care, and raising the minimum wage to a living wage. That's the truth. Here's another truth. As bad as John Kerry is, George W. Bush is qualitatively worse. George Bush is a proto-fascist who is a dangerous threat not only to this country but to the world. So what I'm saying is, in Massachusetts, progressives, don't waste your vote on John Kerry. He's going to win the Electoral College vote. Invest your vote in the Green Party.
Amen, brother.
And in the so-called swing states, I say, I'm going to tell the truth. And progressives, vote what your conscience tells you. And if you can't stomach voting for John Kerry, I'm proud that I'll be on the ballot to take your vote. And if a progressive is so terrified of the idea of George Bush that progressive, she or he, has to hold their nose and vote against Bush by pulling a lever for Kerry, I accept that. I'm not encouraging you to do that, but I understand somebody who would do that, and I'm going to tell that truth. And I'm going to say, you know what, at the end of the day, Greens and progressives have got to work together because we got to build a movement and we got to respect one another. We got to celebrate a diversity of tactics. So that's it's a smart growth strategy for the Green Party and for the country.
Do you think that Dennis Kucinich, by staying within the Democratic Party to make his changes, is going to get anywhere with them?
Sadly, I don't. Sadly, I don't think that it's possible, but I respect Congressperson Kucinich's right to stay in the Democratic Party and to try to make change from within. But you know what? Take a look at this platform. Look at how bad it is. It hasn't worked. You know, and it didn't work in 1984 when Jesse Jackson tried it. It didn't work in 1988 when Jesse Jackson tried it. It didn't work in 1992 when Jerry Brown tried it. And it didn't work this election cycle either. And sadly, it just doesn't work. But if I'm wrong, then more power to Dennis Kucinich. I'm interested in the movement, not just the name on the ballot.